Hello, hello, everybody. Good evening, bonsoir. It depends where you're watching us from because we know that we have a global community. So, welcome, everybody from YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, everywhere. Guys, it's always a pleasure to be here tonight at Empowering You TV. I can't wait to present to you guys our guest tonight, Coach Laurie. She's amazing. I remember when I reached out to her. It's been a while that we've been communicating. So she's definitely a powerhouse. That tonight I want you to take your pen and really take note because she's gonna be dropping some very good nuggets for us. So welcome, Coach Larry. How are you?
I'm good, Jeanine. Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. It's our pleasure because I know that you're very, very busy, but thank you for blessing us with your presence tonight. I know that you have a lot of events coming up, and that's what we're going to talk about today because it's a celebration on your journey, as a business owner and many, many hats that you have. I'm so glad that you definitely agreed to come tonight.
Absolutely. It's always a pleasure to talk to fellow coaches and, just talk about entrepreneurship and being in business and supporting one another. So I am all for it.
Yes, guys, the reason, and I'm going to share, just a little story beyond our connection so people can really kind of have a feedback background around that. I was really searching, I'm always listening and, learning every day. And I came across, I think it was a friend of mine who posted was, I think something that it was tagged and you were also, I think one of the speaker or you were talking and many people have been coming to me about looking for a sponsorship or different things. And I know that people call me the connector, but I know just listening, but I want your pass and listen. I was like, she's the right people, she's the right person for my people, people who
Yes.
coming to me. So I really found out every single time I was coming to you, and I've actually participated, to some of the Zoom, the training. It was amazing. So that's why I was like, she definitely need to come to Empowering You community so many people can get to know her. So I want you just to introduce yourself, Coach Laurie, and just briefly, and then we're gonna go into those 5 words.
Okay. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Lori A. Mans, and I am a trailblazing business strategist and sales coach with QualityMediaConsultants.com. And I help entrepreneurs who are purpose driven to grow and scale their businesses. And that simply means teaching them brilliant branding, magnetic marketing, and soulful yet strategic sales solutions so that they can grow their businesses in record time.
Oh, absolutely. So we are in good treats tonight. Absolutely. Because again, she's gonna give us all this good nugget. Again, she's not gonna, really trap everything here because she's gonna be coming back, some future. We're gonna be talking about other opportunity for us to collaborate because she's also very good and big on really connecting and collaborating with the other. That's what I really admire her because that's one of the things that really, it speak volume to what she's doing. She's blessing and changing life for many, many women and men. So that's why I was like, today it really, she's just gonna give us a little taste, a few nuggets about how can people can be able to connect with her, and she can be able to give us some guidance around sales and also around opportunity in your own business that you're planning some event, some conferences. This is the right place to be tonight, okay? So I hope you guys are taking your notes, and I'm gonna also speak to our French community so they can know what's going on. So je suis avec Coach Laurie aujourd'hui. Je suis vraiment c'est un plaisir pour moi parce que c'est une dame que j'ai rencontrée il y a de cela une année et demie, que j'ai participé dans plusieurs de ces séminaires et elle était en train de parler de sponsorship et si vous avez des événements, des conférences, c'est la bonne personne. Et quand j'ai assisté à sa formation, j'ai appris beaucoup de choses. Comment est-ce que tu dois te préparer par rapport même par rapport à écrire tout ce que tu dois, tous les événements que tu as et prendre soin, surtout le plus important, c'est te préparer avant de demander de l'argent, avant de commencer à parler des événements, mais tu dois make sure que tu as toutes les informations et comment est-ce que tu peux présenter cela. So, Coach Laurie, elle est vraiment en train de nous enseigner et c'est une femme qui est dans le business pendant très longtemps. So, je suis vraiment dans la joie de l'emmener aujourd'hui dans Empowering You TV, qu'elle puisse vraiment nous parler ce soir. So, welcome, Coach Larry.
Thank you. Oh, you just inspired me. I need to get back into some foreign language.
Well, because you're global, you're already global. So to me, I'm very glad that you really blessed us tonight. So, our first word tonight for you, if you can tell us just what you think of this word, connect.
Oh, I love the word connect because in business, it can mean that you are connecting with your target audience. And that's something that every small business owner and entrepreneur must do, is to learn how to connect with their target audience in a meaningful way. And in business, connections and connecting can also mean that you're connecting with networking partners and you're building relationships, because entrepreneurship can be a lonely place. And so when you connect with like-minded people who have the same values that you do, then you're able to form partnerships, collaborations, and opportunities, because the most successful people in life and in business get around other successful, forward thinking and forward moving people to establish a strong network. And how you start that is all by connecting. So you have to be in the right places at the right time so that you can make those connections and be willing to connect to people that you don't know. And don't just sit in your comfort zone of people you already know, but get outside of your comfort zone and find other people to connect with, because you never know where those connections can lead you.
Oh, I love that, guys. I hope you're taking notes. Yeah, and if you have any question, please, if you can wait until the end, so you can definitely be able to drop some of the question in the box, or just be able to ask them. So, another word for you is mindset.
Oh, mindset is another one of those powerhouse words, because, again, whether we're talking about life or business, professionally or personally, our mindset is so critical, because we have conscious thoughts and subconscious thoughts, right? And if you are in tune with your thoughts, you know that thoughts become things. Thoughts have the power to direct our lives, whether we realize it or not. And our mindset is centered around the thoughts that we think and our perceptions of different things that happen in our lives and in our businesses. So it could be as simple as you're a glass half empty type person, or you're a glass half full type person. What is your perspective when it comes to life? What is your perspective when it comes to business? What is your perspective when it comes to challenges and problems? Do you see challenges and problems as opportunities to learn and grow? Or do you see challenges and problems as obstacles that keep you from growing? See, because our mindset and how we view certain things is going to determine our approach. And
That's
it's
right.
also going to determine our attitude. So
Mm-hmm.
your mindset is so critical, because you can give yourself a foot forward if you simply start with a positive mindset. And I learned about mindset from an author called, her name is Carol Dweck. And she came up with this concept of growth mindset versus fixed mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And growth mindset people, they see opportunities in everything. Even if it's a challenge or a problem, they see opportunities to learn. And then fixed mindset people, they see limitations. They
Yes.
see problems and they see obstacles and they see limitations. And they think, oh, I am not going to be able to do X, Y, and Z. But growth minded people think, oh, I'm going to be able to do whatever it is I want to do. And I can learn whatever I need to learn to get to wherever I need to be. So it's about positivity versus negativity, and it's about leaning in toward the opportunities that life throws our way, because obstacles and challenges and problems are only an opportunity for us to grow if we see it that way. And that's why mindset is so important, whether you're trying to level up in life or whether you're trying to level up in business.
Absolutely, guys. Remember that, guy. I told you she's definitely gonna be dropping some nugget, and she really already started. I hope you're taking note because I am definitely. Thank you so much, Coach Lori. Another, which I think you already touched on that, but we can maybe continue to explore that networking.
Oh, networking is another powerhouse word, because I have learned that successful people network with other successful people. And if you have found that your network is limited, or that you're the smartest person or the richest person in your network, that means you haven't expanded your network and you're not leveling up in your network. Because
Mm-hmm.
at every phase of the journey that we are in business, whether you're a startup or a new entrepreneur, or you have been in business for a while and you're an existing business owner, you're still in whatever phase you're in. And so your network has to level up every time you grow. You have to
Right.
keep growing and keep learning and keep
Mm-hmm.
associating with new people who can help you and who you can also help. Because, see, your network is going to be the pivotal thing that puts you in the right places and spaces so that you can grow. Because if you're hanging around people who are not where you want to be, then that means you're not going to be inspired or motivated, or just even interested in going higher, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But if you get around people where they are all moving and shaking and they're headed towards their goals, and they are challenging themselves and they're challenging other people, success breeds success. And so your network is so important, because the saying goes, your network is indicating your net worth. And so
Mm-hmm.
your net worth is tied to your network, because, again, birds of a feather flock together. Rich
Right.
people like to hang out with rich people. Famous people hang out with famous people. Broke people hang out with broke people. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is that you're associating yourself with, then that's going to be a good indication as to how you are growing in your life and in your business. So get around some people and build your network of folks who are not only where you are now, but those people who are where you want to be, and they can give you tips and resources and strategies and advice for how to get to where they already are.
Absolutely. I agree to that. Amen to that one. And our last word in my list is servant leader.
Well, I identify as a servant leader
I know
because,
that.
yes, and I think it's very important to be a servant leader, because for me, I am a faith based entrepreneur. That means simply that I believe in God and I believe in Christian principles. But the most important thing that I can share about my beliefs and my values is that when you lead from a place of service, let's just talk about it from a business angle.
Right.
When you lead from a place of service in business, people don't feel like you're just in it for the money.
Mm-hmm.
They feel like you are in it to help them. And when you have a heart to help people and you lead with service of, how can I help you? How can I be a resource for you? How can I serve you? That lets people know that you have a servant leadership mentality and a servant leadership heart,
Mm-hmm.
because we're all here to make money, because we
Yeah.
don't work for free. But having a servant leadership mentality and a servant leadership heart means that you also care about helping people, you also care about making an impact, and you also care about changing people's lives. And so
Mm-hmm.
that indicates that you want to be the change that you want to see in the world. And so that there's more to you than just making money. There's more to you than just, what's in it for you. But when you care about people and you share with people that you have these values, and, it's important in business to have core values. Every Fortune 500 company has core values, and you can probably see them on their website, if not their website, on their annual report. But they talk about core values because they want you to know this is what we believe in business. And so you, as the entrepreneur, if servant leadership is one of your core values, and even if it's not, if you have some value that lets people know you care, like Dr. Maya Angelou said in the famous quote, people will remember how you made them feel more than they remember what you said. So her quote is something to the effect of, people may forget what you said, right? But they'll remember how you make them feel. And so when you leave from service, and when you leave from a place of wanting to help, wanting to give back, wanting to, just help people and serve them, they remember that that feels good. Think about when we go to restaurants, right? When you have a server, that waitress or that waiter who brings you that ketchup or that mustard or that salt or pepper, or the rolls or extra butter or extra whatever, before you ask, they bring you things, they fill your water, they bring you more iced tea, whatever it is that you're thinking that you want. They're paying attention to you. They're looking and they're paying attention, and they're serving you. They give it to you before you ask, and they anticipate your needs. And that's the same way business owners have to be with our clients and our prospects. You have to anticipate needs. And when you're anticipating people's needs, that means you're coming from a place of servant leadership, because you're there to solve problems for profit. You're there to help people. And whatever problems, challenges that they're having, you're supposed to be anticipating their needs and anticipating their challenges. And you can only do that if you start from a place of service.
Oh, definitely. That's for sure. You can only do that if you're coming from a place of service, servant leadership. That is so true. And guys, I just want to give you a little story. Um, you know, a week ago, I would definitely say that I was going through a personal situation, and guess who was just pouring into me? Coach Laurie. She just checked on me. She said, "How are you doing?" And we just started talking about, because she was definitely was encouraging me. She went through the same thing, and just to be able to me, it was, yeah, I was calling her for business, a meeting, but definitely she just took time to listen to me and to pour into me, guys. So that's what I'm saying. She's truly a servant leader, and I really, really appreciate that, because she's definitely not only not only taking care of her clients, but she's making sure that we okay as a sisters, as a business colleagues, and she's definitely, I really was blessed by that. So thank you again, Coach Laurie.
Oh, you are so welcome. You are so welcome.
Absolutely.
Don't make me cry.
Oh no, it's true. It's true. And I even shared that with my family. I told them, I said, I was really on this call, phone call about something. I said, she's just, making sure that I was okay. And she, ministered to me, because I was going through, some things for my mom and family. We were just, needed that support, and she prayed for me. So God, she's really a true servant leader, for sure, for sure.
Oh, thank you so much. And that's the thing about particularly women in business. I just believe that we're stronger together, and men too.
Mhm.
But I believe that as women, women have, for a long time in history been, seen and viewed as second class in terms of business owners, and in leadership, and the fact that we just haven't had as many opportunities, and these opportunities for leadership and opportunities for business are just really opening up for women, particularly in the last 5, 10, 15 years. And when you just really boil it down and think about it, not too long ago in America, women just had the right to vote, and that was really in the last 50, 60 years. So we've come a long way as women. And so it's just so important for women to empower and support one another. And especially as women of color, And it doesn't matter, what color you are, all women are, in the same boat because we are stronger together. And I think it's just a very important thing to do, to celebrate women, to celebrate our achievements, and to support one another. Because see, men don't have this problem. Men do, they support each other all the time.
That's
And so,
right.
a lot of people would say, oh, women don't work together because you'll have the cat fights and all that stuff. And, especially women of color. But, I think that it's time to dispel those myths
That's right.
of the fact that people of color can't work together, because we can, and dispel that myth that women can't work together, because we can, and we can support each other and promote each other,
Mm-hmm.
and not be competing and jealous, but to
Yes.
empower one another and lift one another up, because like I said, we truly are stronger together, and I believe we're better together. So if
Yeah,
I
I believe
yeah,
that we're better together. And I always say to me that there's always a room for all of us, to go up together, so that's why, to me, people who knows me, who are around me, they know, and at least I think they know that there's no bond in my body about, to be jealous. I celebrate women and men, and mostly men and women all the time, because to me, when you having your blessing, and when you're going up, we all going up, that's how I grew up,
yes,
in that type of environment, and the leadership that I really under. So to me, when I celebrate my people, I celebrate people around me, my team, my clients, my sisters and brother, every single time, because I know when they're blessed, I'm blessed as well, and we celebrate together. That's why, to me, I really, really appreciate you, Coach Lori, about your servant leadership, because that's what we need right now, especially in the pandemic, and be able to adjust, to the change, and be there supporting one another, because like I said, we all want to make money, but it's not really about that. It's about showing up, and showing up every day consistently for your clients, but also for the people that God really have put into your life. So I'm very honored to have you in my life. Thank you so much.
oh, likewise, I feel the same way, my dear. Likewise, thank you.
Absolutely. So please, Coach Lauren, tell us about your journey, because, like I said, I remember one of our first conversation I was talking to you was really about the needs that people always come to me, because they think I'm a solution. I'm the connector, so they always come to me with different things, and most of them, they were really about sponsorship. They were looking for different ways how to do conferences, how to be able to fulfill those needs. And I was say, I'm not the expert, but I know who I can be able to bring. So they can be able to, to do a training, or to do other type, to be able to serve you as a need. So tell me about your journey, how you started. Did you started, you knew already right away that you wanted to go into that, or you started another road?
So, this is 2022, and it
Yes.
just blows my mind that we're in 2022. But so I started my business in 2009, and that was 13 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
In 2009, when I started my business, I knew nothing about entrepreneurship, like zero, zip, zilch, nothing. And I thought I knew enough to start a business and make it successful and grow it, and, instantly get to, multi six figures and beyond. Well, I didn't. And so my journey in entrepreneurship was accidental. I got downsized, right? So I got downsized from my corporate job in 2009, and I took a couple of weeks to just figure out, you know what? I don't want to work for anybody anymore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I said I want to take my destiny and my livelihood in my own hands, and I want to start my own firm. But that problem of not knowing what in the world I was doing was an issue. And so I
Yeah.
just failed. I failed a lot. I failed forward. And I kept trying. I kept learning. I kept growing. And I kept putting myself in situations and places where I could learn from people. But it wasn't immediate that I figured out that I needed help. Because see, the first year, I was just thinking that, I was just building. It was going to take
Mm-hmm.
me time. And I didn't know that I needed to hire a business consultant or a coach or get mentorship. But I started looking online for people, and I didn't find a lot of people who look like me, who I,
Mhm.
could relate to. And a lot of the people that I found, didn't look like me and didn't have my background and didn't share, some of my values, but they had the expertise and the knowledge,
Mhm.
about business. But I didn't feel like they were really, relatable to me. And so that was one of the challenges that I had as a new entrepreneur. So the reason I stepped into coaching and consulting was because I figured that, you know what, if I was having problems with my advertising, marketing, and sales background, and I know that those are very important tenets of business, then I
Mhm.
was thinking, wow, people who don't have corporate experience, and people who don't have a sales foundation, and people who don't have marketing and branding experience, wow, what
Mhm.
must they be going through if
Yeah.
they're trying to start a business? And so my journey into entrepreneurship was accidental in that I got downsized. And so I just decided that I wanted to work for myself and put my future in my own hands and my destiny in my own hands. And so I started my business 30 days after I had been downsized, but I never looked back. And I kept,
Mhm.
whenever I failed, I used that as information. And if I wasn't making the kind of money that I wanted to make, I just kept reinvesting back in my business. And I kept learning. I kept taking classes. Kept taking courses. And then eventually I hired a business coach. And then I began to coach myself. So that's how it all started for me. And, people, I started making courses because people started asking me for information. They
Mhm.
started asking me questions. How do you do this? How do you do that? And how do you get this done? And, and I started doing workshops and webinars and all that kind of stuff. And when I would do workshops and events, I would get sponsors, and people be like, how'd you get those sponsors? And I would, give people some tips, and then they go try it and it would work. And then they'd be like, oh, thank you for that tip. I made, $1,000, or I made $5,000, or whatever it was that they made. And then I figured out I had something that I needed to really teach that. And
Yes.
then I messed around and put a video on YouTube about sales and sponsorship, and started getting thousands and thousands of views. And so that's how it all started for me. I just began putting myself out there, putting content out there, putting valuable information out there, and people started saying, hey, I want to learn more. And that was it.
Wow. See, and your journey is very, very interesting because, like I said, I like how you really open about the process, and you're very authentic and transparent about that, because not many people will share, some, and because you're still learning, even though you have to stumble a little bit, but you're still learning. But not everybody really share, those things. So I really appreciate that, definitely.
Yeah.
Another question that I really wanted to ask, your first year that you started, and you start learning and growing, did you realize that that's really where you want to stay, like in marketing and sponsorship and advertisement, or you want to expand? If you look back, is that something that you wanted to start it right away, or you wanted to expand later on?
And in retrospect, I always wanted to stay in this area of having a media agency, because I just love media, right? That's part of the reason why media is in my company name. I love
Mm-hmm.
media, and I love any media platform, because I think it is truly amazing that we can connect with people all over the world, whether you use traditional media like radio
Mm-hmm.
or TV,
Right.
or whether you use new media like the internet. Okay. So
Yes.
the internet, the World Wide Web, is how we're able to connect with anyone in the world at
Mm-hmm.
any time. That
Right.
truly blows my mind. And the fact that I as a child, I was intrigued by the news, and I always wanted to be in media. And so in retrospect, when it comes to my business, I never wanted to shift into another area. I always wanted it to be something that had to do with helping people to understand media and broadcast media, print
Mm-hmm.
media, any kind of media, because it's just a mechanism and a way to get your message out there when you're in business. So what mediums do you use? What media do you use? And
Right.
how can you leverage that medium in order to connect there's that word again, with your target audience,
Mm-hmm.
and not only serve them but serve your purpose and your goals as well. So I always knew that I wanted to have an agency, and that's why, the media part of my business is helping people when it comes to their advertising and marketing goals. Well, do you want to be on TV? Do you want to be on radio? Do you want to have a
Mm-hmm.
billboard? Helping them to plan that media strategy and that advertising campaign, because that's my background. That's what I did in corporate America for 20 years. And so
Mm-hmm.
I know it like the back of my hand. And I knew that a lot of people don't really understand media. They don't really
Right.
understand how to market themselves in the media, and they
Mm-hmm.
don't really understand how to market their businesses and their brands. So I knew that I always wanted to do that. But the other thing is, I have sales experience, I have branding experience. And so you got to get people in the door with something. And so
Right.
that's why I lead with media and marketing.
Absolutely. And to me, that's a very good key because many people, like you said in the beginning, it could be overwhelmed sometimes. It could be overwhelmed. So you just have, by you having that background can really give you a cushion where you can be able to say, oh, I think definitely. And when you approaching your clients, you know exactly what to advise them, what to start with. So I think that's good that, your background really serve you. And then you are also open to learn more, to grow. You said you take some classes, so that's a good thing to do that. So, specifically, before we're finishing up, I want us to take time to talk about your events coming up, which I can't wait definitely to celebrate 13 years. Oh my
Thank
goodness, Coach
you.
Larry, talk to us about that, how people can connect and how they can be able to support you on that beautiful celebration.
Well, I'm so excited about every year that God allows me to be in business and to serve my community and serve
Yes,
others. So, my company, Quality Media Consultant Group, is celebrating 13 years in business as of 2022.
yes.
And so, to commemorate this occasion, woohoo, thank God.
Yes.
Um, just to commemorate, I always wanted to do something just to say, hey, I'm still here. I survived. I made it. I'm thriving. I'm doing well. And, every year may not be the best year, but, my business didn't close during the pandemic,
Mhm.
and I was
Amen.
able to still, take care of my responsibilities and grow in certain areas. And so the Trailblazer Business Summit is an online event. It used to be an
Mhm.
in-person event here in Atlanta where I live, but because of the pandemic, it became an online event. And so this has allowed me to offer the opportunity to people to join from anywhere in the world.
Mhm.
And it's awesome because I'll speak and I invite my speaker friends to talk about topics that entrepreneurs care about, and
Yes.
topics that we need to know. So it's Saturday, April the 23rd, in less than 2 weeks. And everyone who's tuning in is invited to join us. Tickets are very, very reasonable. So all
Mhm.
you have to do is go to Quality Media Consultants.com, and that last word is consultant with an S on the end.com. And so again, qualitymediaconsultants.com. And the event is just basically, I can tell you, it's going to be a powerhouse panel about
Yes.
6-figure powerhouse strategies for social media. Everybody is on social media. Everybody who has a business is on social media. If you're not
Mhm.
on social media, then how are you creating that grassroots, um, you know, buzz and word of mouth? How are you massaging that word of mouth about your business? Social media is a way to do it. So we're going to have a panel of 6-figure and 7-figure experts talking about how they built their businesses solely on um, social media platforms. And so I think that's critical today because a lot of people use social media, but they're not monetizing it and they're not getting clients and making money from it. And so
Mm-hmm.
another thing we're going to talk about is blockchain and cryptocurrency. Well, blockchain and cryptocurrency, that's the new thing. It's really not new to some people. It's been around for, several years, but it's new to many, many people who are unexposed and unlearned and uneducated about it and how to use blockchain and cryptocurrency in business. So we're going to talk about that. Then we're going to talk about smart investing and financing. We're going to talk about productivity and automation. We're going to talk about book publishing
Mm-hmm.
and how to level up in entrepreneurship with strategies and tools that are working today for seven-figure business owners. And then we're going to talk about insurance, and we're going to wrap it up telling you how you can monetize your messaging and get your marketing out there in a bigger way so you can keep getting leads and make more money. And so
Yes.
it's going to be a great day. It's only 4 hours of jam-packed content, but you'll have a break because it's from 10 until 3 with a break at noon Eastern. So I would love, love, love for you guys to join us. You'll get
Yes.
some awesome nuggets to take back with you, implementable strategies that you can use right away in your business, and make some great connections with people who have values and are purpose driven and are already 6 and 7 figure successful business owners.
Absolutely. Oh, thank you. One more time again, Coach Lori, if you can tell us the website, the link, and also your social media link so people can follow you. Because I always encourage everybody, every guest that comes, I really always want them to say exactly the social media so people can join my community, can be able to join them, because really it's a village, it's a tribe, it's a family here. So I want them to follow you and to be able to support you so you can be able to work with them as well.
Yeah, so I am on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, where else? Clubhouse.
Yes.
Everywhere you can find me at I am Lori Mans. So it's my name. I am LORIMANNS. I am Lori Mans. And if you're interested in joining us at the Trailblazer Business Summit, just follow me online on any of those platforms. You'll see me posting about it. The Trailblazer Business Summit again is happening Saturday, April the 23rd. Tickets are available now. The website is www.qualitymediaconsultants.com. And just head over to the events page. Once again, quality, the word quality, listen to me, about to say C instead of Q. Quality, QUALITY, media,
Oh, thank you,
MEDIA,
Kobe.
consultants.com.
Thank you so much. And our friend Kobe just put it in the chat. Thank you so much, Kobe. It's good to see you. And there's some people who just joined us. Thank you so much, Coach Doreen and Maman Jeanne. Thank you so much, guys. I want to say the same thing in French so our viewers can be able to join you, Coach Laurie. N'hésitez pas de se connecter avec Coach Laurie. Elle est en train de célébrer. Je crois que ça fait 13 ans maintenant. Donc, elle va célébrer dans 2 semaines, le 26, je pense. Et n'hésitez pas de connecter avec. C'est une dame qui est vraiment formidable. Elle est en train de former. Elle parle de médias et puis surtout de son parcours dans le marketing, dans plusieurs domaines. So, n'hésitez pas vraiment de se connecter avec elle. Ça sera une bonne chose pour vous. Surtout que si vous êtes en train de penser aussi de commencer votre business, c'est une bonne personne vraiment. Elle pourra vous coacher, elle pourra vous accompagner dans tout ce que vous voulez faire. So, merci beaucoup en tout cas d'être là ce soir. And thank you so much, Coach Laurie. It was amazing. And I know that, you and I can be able to check in again, in a couple weeks, even before the event, so we can be able to plan and announce, actually, some of the things that Coach Laurie and I will be doing. So I'm so glad again you will bless us tonight. And
Thank you.
again, thank you so much, Coach Laurie.
Thank you, Coach Jeanine. You are amazing, and I appreciate you allowing me to grace your platform and just, to just connect and figure out ways that we can come together and provide value to everyone who is in our audience. So this is a privilege for me. Thank you so much, and I appreciate it. I
It's
appreciate
really
it.
my pleasure. Guys, don't forget to follow Coach Lori. She's definitely will be happy to see you. I will be happy to see you in 2 weeks. So don't forget. And I'm also gonna post after our play finish. Tonight I'm gonna post also just before the event so people can remember and sign up. So thank you again. This is Empowering You TV. We always here to give you tools and strategy so you can be the best leader that you can be. Thank you again. Au revoir.
Au revoir. Bye,
Thank you, Coach
everybody.
Lori.